Okay, good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to the show. The name is Game Plan. My name is Godfred Akoto Boafo. It's been fantastic coming your way. You know, these days, like I've been running shifts with Fifi. So Fifi does one, and I do the other. Who do you think has been doing it better, Fifi or myself? I'm just joking. I don't really expect an answer to that one. But I hope you've been enjoying the show anyways, with all the information that we've been bringing and the great videos that we've been sharing. All you have to do is, if you want more information, just send us a message in our Facebook inbox or just comment below every episode that is your favorite. If you miss out, don't forget we're on YouTube, or you can just check us out later on our video tag on Facebook, and you can just watch the game plan. So what are we talking about today? Today I want to talk about Mubarak Wakaso. I have some nice things to say about Mubarak Wakaso. Nice in quote, all right? I also talk about the Millennium Marathon. Heard about the Millennium Marathon? Okay, we'll be discussing that one as well. And then we'll be talking about, it's been a particularly sad week in Ghana sports. And I'll be going over some of the incidents that have happened that we need to discuss, as well as a couple of transfers. So pretty packed. Stay tuned. Keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming. Keep the questions. I'll answer every single one of them. Okay, where do I start from? Let me start from Mubarak Wakaso. Let me start from the Millennium Marathon. Since it's athletics, then I'll move on to football. Okay, let's talk Millennium Marathon. Okay, so now 2 years ago, an organization called the Millennium Marathon Organization was set up, and they organized a great race. If you recall, Haile Gebrselassie, legendary long-distance runner from Ethiopia, came to Ghana. A lot of other famous people came to Ghana to launch this event. It's been running since 2015. It was run last year as well. Everybody knows what I'm talking about now, right? Okay, here's the problem. Last year's event was held in September. We're in the month of May, and none of the winners have been paid. None of the winners have been paid. And this has brought about issues. Now, the organizers have been trying to defend themselves and whatnot. And yesterday, Pulse caught up with one of the events manager, I must say, of the event, Catherine Morton, to ask her a couple of questions as to why these things were delaying. Okay, these are the issues. Now, the main winners, a lady called Lariba, has not been paid. Now, the first two winners were promised a car, a Peugeot each. Now, they went to collect their cars, and they were told that they could only drive their cars under certain conditions and only within Accra. And that after a certain period of time, the cars will be taken back from them. But meanwhile, it had been advertised that the winners will walk away with cars. So I asked Madam Catherine, did you explain the terms and conditions to the participants before the race started? She said, we only told them there were terms and conditions, but we did not tell them exactly what the terms and conditions entails. So this is basically like one huge lie they've told the participants. Now, prize monies have also not been paid. Some are owed 5,000 Ghana cedis, some are owed 10,000 Ghana cedis, And the issue is this. The organizers, that is the Millennium Marathon Organization, are blaming sponsors. According to them, sponsors made promises that are not being redeemed. So the sponsors have failed to live up to their obligations as sponsors. That is why they are also having difficulty in paying prize money. So basically everything has been laid at the foot of the sponsors. According to, if the sponsors pay up, participants will be paid. And they have issued an undertaking with the athletes that, look, if these sponsors pay up, we will pay you the money. Meanwhile, planning for the third edition of the race is happening, and it's going to be launched next month. You owe people from last year, but you're going ahead with this year's version. No wahala. But again, Catherine Morton told Pulse that it was because, they felt it was an election year last year, and a lot of companies were hesitant to let go of money. They wanted to study the terrain and whatnot. But I'm saying that they promised to sponsor a competition. And in the first year, they did not seem to have any problems. So what went wrong in the second year? How come you were able to give away the cars? How come sponsors don't want to give you money so that you pay back to the participants who have deserved it? There are some in Kenya. There's a participant in Kenya, Edwina Kimite, who is owed $2,500. She's been demanding for her money. There's a military man called Larabata. He's also owed money. Everybody wants their money. But unfortunately, it looks like Mr. Ashimorton and his organization are unable to come up with the money. Now, they have been quite apologetic, I must admit, about their inability to pay the athletes. And they're saying that if they get the money, it's not their fault that they don't have the money. Basically, it's because sponsors have not paid. If sponsors pay, they will pay. So like I said, they have issued an undertaking with the participants that they are going to give them the money if it happens. We'll keep an eye on that. If you know any of the participants in that race, hit at me. Let me know exactly how they are feeling about being owed prize money and how this whole Peugeot thing. Somebody has gone to run a marathon. Do you know how long a marathon is? A marathon is what, 24 kilometers or so? Somebody runs 24 kilometers and you tell the person that Kona Brana Bejika, you are joking. Give the people their Peugeots and let them go. All right, moving on from the marathon, I need to deal with Mubarak Wakaso. All right, so everybody knows Kwesi Appiah named his first Black Star squad last week, right? Minus Mubarak Wakaso, who has been a regular since 2013 when Kwesi Appiah gave him his debut. Now, I know why he was dropped. He was not dropped because he had bad form. Mubarak Wakaso was dropped because he said some unsavory things somewhere and Kwesi Appiah heard. Plain and simple. Now, I've heard Mubarak Wakaso deny those allegations on radio. He's been on radio in Kumasi, Silver FM, to be precise, and said that he has not said anything unsavory about Kwesi Appiah. I'm telling Mubarak Wakaso, you are a liar. Wakaso, you said some things about Kwesi Appiah to some people, and they told Kwesi Appiah, okay? And Kwesi Appiah has decided not to call you. Now, in this interview, he goes on to say that he played a lot of games this season, but he sees a lot of bench warmers in the team that Kwesi Appiah has called. So he's a bit surprised he did not get a phone call. Be surprised. When you were warming the bench, we were calling you. When you, Mubarak Wakaso, you were warming the bench at Rubin Kazan, Kwesi Appiah called you. You were warming the bench at Panathinaikos, Kwesi Appiah called you. Wherever you warmed the bench, Kwesi Appiah kept faith with you. In fact, I was one of the people who came out and said that you should be dropped back in the day because you were warming the bench. You came, played, shamed me by scoring a fantastic goal at the Tamale Sports Stadium. I remember. So why exactly are you now complaining that there are bench warmers called up in Kwesi Appiah's team and you played regularly and you didn't get called? Keep quiet. Calm down. Everybody will get a 10. The Black Stars, it is not personal property. The way Razak Brahma called the GFA to ask why he had not been invited, you are also sitting somewhere saying they have invited bench warmers. Calm down. Black Stars say no, be a papa there. Everybody will play some. You understand? Everybody will play some. And all those who have been called up, frankly, have had good seasons, Mubarak. They've had very good seasons. So sometimes you have to calm down. And the advice I'll give you though, stop saying things about your coaches behind their backs. You know, the funny thing about these Black Stars players is when they talk, they figure out, oh, I'm just saying this. The coach won't hear this or that. Stop deceiving yourself. The coaches hear everything. In fact, the people you talk to, as soon as you are done, they call the coaches and say, oh, this guy said this about you. In fact, sometimes whilst you are speaking, their phones are probably on and the coaches are listening. Okay? So when you are saying all these funny things, and these Black Stars players, I don't know what is wrong with them. Some of them say all kinds of silly things. At least Razak Brahma didn't hide his feelings. He went on Facebook Live and insulted the whole country. But some of them say all kinds of things. Afriyie Acquah, at least he got invited. But we heard some things he also said. Afriyie Acquah, be very, very careful. Wherever it is you are. When you show up, come humble yourself and behave. I'll be talking about you later on. But when it comes to the Black Stars, all the things that people have been saying about Ghana coaches and whatnot, the same coaches that made you who you are. When you get to Italy and you get to wherever it is you people play, you start looking down on your coaches and saying all kinds of things about them. Welcome back from your holidays. I hear you're going to Newcastle or something like that. We'll discuss that one in a bit. Okay, so on from Mubarak Wakaso, and like I said, I'll be reading the comments. Keep them coming in a bit. Sad week. Sad week. You know, first Sule Muntari's father died. And condolences to the family. Burial took place yesterday in Tafu in the eastern region, and Pulse was there. The game plan was there. We had our cameras there. Hajia Kande was not in a good spot, but a lot of dignitaries were there. GFA Vice President Mr. George Afriyie was there. The National Chief Imam Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu was there to oversee the burial rites for the late Alhaji Muniru. Mr. Felix Anson, President of Liberty Professionals, Sule's former club, was also there. Sani Dara, Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, was there. So it was a very solemn and very sad day in Tafu yesterday as Muntari and his brother. Muntari has 3 brothers and a sister, for those of you who don't know. So this is just added information. And the 3 boys, all of them are footballers. Sule Oluman, who is the middle boy, and then Muniru, who everyone knows. But unfortunately, a lot of you have never seen Oluman play. I will tell you easily, the most talented of the Muntari brothers. But he did not make it as a professional footballer. But I'm telling you, the best natural footballer amongst the lot. So I think, Alhaji Sule has done fantastic for his family, and may his soul rest in peace. All right, moving on from there, sad piece of news. One of the absolute legends of our game also passed on yesterday. Robert Hammond, a.k.a. Expensive, a.k.a. Mickey Ronnie, a.k.a. Jogolo, a.k.a. Kamina, passed away. Now, some of you are asking, who is Robert Hammond? Small boys are young, Robert Hammond was probably the best midfielder in this country in the late 70s and early 80s. Led Accra Hearts of Folk to the finals of the African Champions League finals in 1917. Accra Hearts of Folk lost. But he was the leader of what everybody called the fearsome fivesome. If you've heard, those of you who know your football history, Robert Hammond was the leader of that fearsome fivesome. He could play across any position in the football team. As so far as it was an attacking one, he was there. And he's called Expensive for an interesting reason. Let me tell you a story. Now, he's credited with being the first, would you say, transfer record breaker in Ghana. Now, he was playing for Accra Hearts of Folk and was stolen by Accra Great Olympics. And this was so controversial that the day he was supposed to show up for registration, they had to send a military escort with Robert Hammond so that Accra Great Olympics could register him. Such was, the craziness at the time. And do you know how much he cost? He cost Accra Great Olympics 1,000 cedis and a refrigerator. 1,000 cedis and a refrigerator. That was the record transfer. And that is how he gained the nickname Expensive Robert Hammond. Fantastic player. Ghana has lost an absolute legend. He'd passed away in the United States of America. He lived in Maryland, and he passed away after a short illness. Regular visitor to Ghana, Robert Hammond. We will surely miss him. One of the true legends of our game, a true Phobian and a true Olympian, has also passed away. And then the final one, Kingsley Safo, who was recently called up to the national team, also lost his mother in the Garden City. And so he was rested from Sirius's last league game yesterday. So he will be coming down to Ghana to bury his mother. And I need to pay attention to a couple of the comments you guys are sending. And so just give me a sec. Let me catch up with the comments. And I will gladly address some of the questions that you have. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so we will gladly address the questions as and when they come in. All right, moving on from Kingsley Safo. Black Stars are beginning non-residential camping today. Accra Sports Stadium, they'll be training all the players who are in town. So that means Andrea Ayew, Jordan Ayew, everybody who has been called up for the 3 games that the Black Stars will play in the month of June begins training with Coach Kwesi Appiah today at the Accra Sports Stadium from 3:30. And keep an eye on pulse.com.gh, and the game plan, of course, will be bringing you all the highlights as and when they happen. All right, now let's talk some transfer news. Interesting one coming in, and confirmed one. Kwesi, you remember Kwesi Appiah, the striker? You remember him? Fair-colored guy. Obroni that Avram Grant brought from English 3rd Division to play the AFCON in, where was it? Equatorial Guinea. Scored 2 goals. Was very impressive. Went and injured himself the whole of last year. Well, he has signed a new contract with AFC Wimbledon and will be playing with AFC Wimbledon. Now, his contract with Crystal Palace is up, so he signed a new contract with AFC Wimbledon. Spent a bit of time on loan with Vikings in Norway. Scored a spectacular goal last time that we showed you on the game plan, a Caesar kick of sorts on the show. So congratulations to him. That deal has been confirmed. I spoke about Afriyie Acquah earlier, and he has been linked heavily with a move to England as well. Newcastle are said to be interested in him. So we will wish him well. And, he's kind of given it away that he will leave Torino at the end of the season. Wrote a tweet on his Twitter handle about saying goodbye and long memories and whatnots. Will be interesting to see how he adapts if he does move to the English Premier League. I think his style is physical enough. He's very fast. He's aggressive. Passes well. Could prove to be a bargain signing for somebody. I don't know that there's Newcastle though, but he could prove to be a bargain signing for somebody. So Afriyie Acquah update on that one. And Philo Foswaye also played for Ghana a bit. He's played twice for Ghana. also in England at the moment, undergoing the final stages of what would be a transfer to Championship outfit Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yep, completing a transfer to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So those are the bits of information that have come in on that side regarding Ghanaian players. Let me just go through a couple of your questions, and we will be out of here on the game plan. Okay, let's see who is asking what. Papa JL Capitano is asking which Black Star player call-up surprised me the most. Let me see. Surprised me the most. Kingsley Safo. Let me be honest. He's had 3 good months, and it seemed to have been enough to have caught the eye. So Kingsley Safo is the one that surprised me the most, Papa J. Let's see. Isaac is asking, let's forget about Wakaso. The Ghana Black Stars is not ready for. It's not for anybody, and he can't tell Kwesi Appiah what to do. Of course, he can't tell Kwesi Appiah what to do. Daniel Creature said you want a prize, but I did not get it. Daniel, give me some more details. I don't know what prize it is you think that you won. The predict and win. After the predict and win, only one person can win the prize. So just head back at us and let me know what exactly it is that you think that you won. And I see Fifi Taki here. Fifi Taki, what are you doing? If you are not going to comment, stop watching. Fifi Taki, publicist for the Ayew family. I'm sure he's monitoring all the things I'm saying about the Ayew boys. Okay, so that is it for this episode of The Game Plan. My name is Godfred Akoto Boafo. We'll be back tomorrow with more on the show. Have a good day.